Good evening, Los Santos. Lynn Valentine here with a double breaking news update. First up tonight, a terrifying scene took place at the ULSA campus where a masked gunman took a student hostage. Though the situation has been resolved, the aftermath leaves questions and concerns lingering. Weasel's very own Ray Nevermore and Cynthia Green were on scene to gather some exclusive interviews with those involved.
I am here with.
Sergeant Ashley Storm.
And Corporal Cass Walker.
It is a pleasure to meet both of you. Now, would you like to enlighten us on what exactly happened on campus this evening?
Absolutely. So, officers received a call of a officer down, panic button activation from a Dr. Benji Pierce. Officers responded, code 3 to the situation. That means lights and sirens. Upon arriving, myself and Sergeant Miami called it a hostage situation, as we saw one hostage taker and a civilian hostage. We then heard gunshots from inside the building, in which we decided to make entry to stop the threat. This suspect opened fire on officers inside the building, and the threat was neutralized. Officers then proceeded to clear the building, sweeping for any more suspects and casualties. No casualties and or suspects were found inside the building, and the building was declared clear.
All right, and are you... Oh, go ahead.
Currently, the campus will be shut down for a period of time while the investigations are on.
Do you guys have any insight through your investigation as to who fired the first shot?
So at this time, we're unsure. We do know that a civilian involved attempted to end the situation himself. So shots fired that were exchanged inside the building were between the civilian and the shooter himself. And essentially, once the firefight there was done, officers were entering the building at that time, and the suspect was shot.
So the officers involved were not the individuals who shot first?
No.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add at this time?
There were initial reports that there was a second shooter. We have confirmed that that is not the case. There's nothing to worry about in that regard. So we'd like to dissuade anybody from being scared that there's somebody else out there trying to do that. It is completely unfounded at this point.
So at this point, as far as you all are aware, there was the hostage taker, the third civilian, or the second civilian involved, and yourselves were the only armed individuals involved.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Furthermore, I would like to dissuade any people who would ever consider such an action. We will bring the full force of the law down upon you. Furthermore, I would like to commend all officers who responded. They responded fast, quick, secured the scene, and ended the threat.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys talking to us. We will keep our viewers updated as the story develops.
So, Mr. DeLuca, can you tell us why you were taken out in cuffs at the scene?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, I was being detained for investigative purposes.
We heard shots in there. Do you know, how those came about?
Yeah, I do. So, I mean, it was a pretty chaotic scene in there, to be honest. One second I'm walking up the stairs on a tour of the campus, and next thing I see is a cheerleader with a gun to her head. After the guy passed me and walked down the stairs, I saw that Mr. Rose was, doing his best to kind of distract him and all of that, and I simply seized the opportunity to save her life. So I pulled my own firearm and shot the guy.
So, was the gun not pointed at her head at this point?
No, I don't. It wasn't. Not that I could tell.
Okay.
No.
Do you have firearms training?
I mean, I took a couple courses in preparation for my weapons license, but
Oh, and we do go to the shooting range every Friday.
All right.
yeah, nothing super formal, but
All right.
I'd say I'm decently experienced.
Have either of you ever taken any sorts of lessons or classes in hostage situations?
I'll answer this one. As both men of the law, and bar licensed people, we have come across quite a few situations where our experience would be applicable. But in this time, this man did not even deign to negotiate. I was in the middle of attempting to calm him down and try to get him to release a student and offer myself in place of her. But he did not even disdain to even accept any form of negotiation or anything. He was looking for blood. He came into the campus and was looking for a way to inflict violence upon the students.
Oh, did either of y'all recognize the shooter?
Negative.
No, I had no idea who he was.
All right. Do y'all have any idea why he might have came in here doing this?
Well, when the reports of the shooter came in, I was up in the upper courtroom doing explaining some the mock courtroom to a few people, explaining like some procedures and stuff. And Dr. Benji came in and said one of the students might be getting mugged. And as the former guidance counselor and interim security in quotation marks hired on by the former dean Jaden James, I just because I don't have a position more doesn't mean I do not value the students. I came out of the courtroom, walking down the stairs, looking for the said incident to try to get it under control to make sure no one gets harmed. And the information I received was sadly false, and he was on the upper levels. From what we can gather so far and what we heard from the people that were directly involved with him, it looks like he was just trying to make a quick buck and willing to risk his lives for it.
Oh, was he trying to rob people?
That is the reports that's what we've been able to be gathering from the students and from the medic that overheard the whole incident.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we haven't had any reports of anything he said.
Well,
Yeah.
we haven't heard anything
go
what he
ahead.
said. We can only go off what the students told me.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I don't know what his motivations were. All I saw was a young girl's life in danger, and I did what any normal person would do, and I did what I had to do to save her life. And
Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to say that's the last question I had, if there was anything y'all wanted to add.
Yeah, no, I mean, I said it once, I'll say it again. If confronted with this exact situation again, I don't think there would be anything that I would do differently. Someone's life was in danger, and I had an opportunity to save that life, so I took it.
All right.
And here at ULSA, we stand for integrity and honor, and making sure the students are definitely protected when they come on campus. There's nothing else that I would gladly put my life in danger to make sure the students can walk this campus without fear.
Okay, thank you for talking to us today.
Good evening. My name is Rain Nevermore, and I am here on behalf of Weazel News to interview one Miss Trisha Moore on the events that happened earlier today at the ULSA campus. Now, Miss Moore, if you are comfortable doing so, do you mind telling me what happened to you today?
Yes. Yes, I would love to. Earlier today, me and my friends were checking out the job fair at our school. And when the doors opened to the new interior of the university, me and Crystal Cho broke off from the other girls and were just touring around the school. And once we got to the top floor in the little library area, we weren't up there for, I don't know, more than 30 seconds before a man in all black in a mask came up and pulled his gun out and was like, put your phones on the ground, yelling at us, really intense. And we were in a state of shock, so we just like threw our phones on the floor. He was yelling at my friend, Crystal, to get on the ground. And then he put his gun to my head and was like, I'm taking you. So as he's taking me down the stairs with the gun to my head, he told the surrounding students and faculty members that if you try and save her, I'm going to blow her head off. Yeah. And once we got to the front door of the school, where officers already outside, because my friend Daphne Fitzpatrick, had called the police, and she saw the gun to my head, and they shot him through the glass door right next to me. It nearly hit me, but they got him.
So we spoke to PD today on scene, as well as the individual involved. Per PD and the individual's own admittance, there was actually a civilian involved that
Oh,
opened
really?
fire on the shooter. Yep.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe he was there. His name is Alessi DeLuca.
Oh. Yeah, it was really just such a blur. All I could see was just blood everywhere. I didn't know if I had been shot. It's just very emotional moment. Everyone involved.
Of course. And you didn't recognize the individual who tried to take you, nor know why he may have been targeting you?
I truly have no idea. I had never spoke to him. I hadn't seen him prior to the shooting or the gun being pulled. I like to think of myself as a very friendly person. I don't start fights with people. I don't involve myself in any criminal activity. I guess you could say I'm pretty much like a friend of the entire city. I mean, I have friends in every single cul-de-sac and group. I just really don't know why I would be targeted in this moment.
All right. And off the information that you do have now, is there anything that you would like to add? Anything that you would like our viewers to know?
Well, I just want to say that whoever did this, we will be coming for you. Legally speaking, of course. I don't deal with weapons. You will be dealt with. Legally, of course.
Of course. Well, I appreciate you coming to speak to me today, and
Of
we will
course.
keep you as well as our viewers up to date as the story develops.
Yes, thank you so much.
Of course.
For our second breaking news update, we have shocking exclusive footage sent from an anonymous source. The footage depicts a group of masked individuals armed with automatic weapons and explosives breaking into an armored Group 6 truck. At this time, we have no word regarding what was stolen or who these individuals are, but we will update you if we receive any additional information. Thank you for tuning into Weazel News. This has been Sloan Valentine. Thank you and good night.